welcome, and let's get started on making pottery on the potter's wheel. And you're just beginning, and so I'm going to go across quite a few little nuances on working with clay on the wheel that I've taught thousands of people how to make pottery on the wheel. And you know, you can learn very quickly, and it's so much fun, and that's what we're going to do today. Now, any kind of wheel that you have, potter's wheel, any motorized wheel work, and kick wheel for this, as a matter of fact. But your first step is getting your clay stuck to the wheel so it doesn't come off as you're working with it. And right now I've got a plastic bat or plastic surface bat on this wheel head. And depending on your surface will depend on your circumstances, whether it's a plaster bat or masonite bat. But anytime you're sticking clay to the wheel, I always tell people just think of it as you're using a suction cup to stick to a window. It's the same idea. So if you have too much water, your clay will not stick, and if it's really dry, it's not going to stick. So there's a little in between. So what I'm going to do, just to get started, is I just put a little bit of water in the center, and then use my whole dry hand to wipe across a little bit. So it kind of dulls the surface. So it's not totally dry, and it's not so shiny wet, it looks like a gloss. It's very kind of a matte finish. Then you take your dry clay here, or your clay right out of the bag, and I just set it in the center. You can just hit it with the palm of your hand, kind of get it stuck a little bit like this. And you can kind of move it back and forth and see how it's stuck. Now once you got it placed in the center, what you're going to do next is pick your speed. Now there's, of course, with a variable speed electric motor, you've got many different speeds, from really fast to just really super slow. And we're going to kind of go right in between those two speeds. And the best way to handle your wheel, especially if you have an electric one, is pick your speed, take your foot off the pedal, and put your foot on the floor. Now the reason I'm saying this is if you get into the habit of having your foot on that pedal all the time, most people, their speed goes fast, slow, and they never get it centered. It's much easier to pick one speed, take your foot off the pedal, and work with it. If you need to change your speed, take your hands off the clay and change your speed. But you don't want to have your hands on the clay and your foot on the pedal at the same time. It knocks it off center every time. So with this speed that I've got here, I'm going to speed it just a little bit right there. So you can kind of see the speed here. It's not too super slow, and it's not super fast. We're kind of in between here, so it's very manageable.